Welcome to the Hidden Driveway Show. I'm your host, Amu, and then joining me today, we have a very special guest, BPIV. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello. Hi, my name's Braden. I make music as VPIV, and yeah, that's what I do. I also do visual art and stuff,
hmm
but yeah,
Yeah, and we're going to talk about some of that today in this interview. Who would have guessed?
surprise.
hmm But to get us started, is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything on your mind right now?
I guess just like I'm entering my second year of university, and I guess I'm just kind of worried about balancing that with like my musical output, but at the same time, I'm trying to like do music as a part of like my like degree too. So I'm hoping I can like bridge the issue and hopefully I can use it. Like I'm trying to just get more involved in around like my local community and do music stuff there. So hopefully
hmm
some cool stuff comes out of that. And yeah, I just think just having like a community of other artists around you is good in real life, especially.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
feeling especially thankful for that. Yeah.
mhm. Does your college have like a student radio at all?
It does not actually. I've been thinking about starting one up, but I don't know if I have the time for it. But like it's something I've been discussing with a few of my friends. So if I get enough spare time, I do want to do it. Like just the internet radio thing, because I'm scared of like getting arrested for pirate radio or whatever. But like that would be really cool though.
Oh yeah,
So
because I know
we'll just
doesn't
we'll just see. Yeah.
because Newfoundland's part of like Canada, right? So I know they have different like rules for
Yeah.
like radio over there.
Yeah, I think like I think just like short wave radio, just like very like if it's like a small radio station, there's not like a large range and it doesn't interfere with anything else, then it's fine. But like it's still something where like it's kind of a gray area, and I'm like paranoid, so
hmm
I don't want to be at that. I know I feel like in America it's a bit stricter though. So
I mean, at least
from what I
that
can gather.
I don't know. I'm trying to be more active in mine this year. But the rules that
Mm,
our station has are the like artists you play have to be like below like 250K monthly listeners.
that's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, with their like tagline is like none of the hits all the time, so that it's exclusively like small artists, and then
Yeah.
they all have to be like clean, obviously, because it's on the radio.
Yeah, yeah. Me and like one of my friends, we had to make a bunch of like clean net spend edits for, for their student radio. So you might hear a clean version of Drank, Drank, Drank if you're in Massachusetts. It's yeah. But yeah, I'm assuming you know about like CanCon here, where it's like a percentage of everything, like pretty much everywhere has to be Canadian.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know
So
like
like yeah.
like I think like certain TV networks have to show like a certain amount of like Canadian broadcasting, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's complicated because a lot of the time it doesn't actually really help independent Canadian artists. It's like a very strange conundrum. Like I'm sure there's like a whole write-up about it. I think someone made like a three-part video series about it. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, there's like this whole kind of like government push for like Canadian art, but specifically Canadian stuff that's like funded by the government. Yeah, it's tricky.
hmm I know there was isn't there a thing where the voice actors have to be like Canadian for like the TV shows and stuff too? Because I know there was a whole
Probably.
issue where with Johnny Test like the
Oh my God.
dog
Yeah.
Dookie I
Yeah.
think the voice actor had like it was dual citizenship between like Canada and like I think like Brazil or something,
Oh
and
my God.
eventually he had to move back to Brazil, and he like
Oh
somehow
no.
lost his citizenship. And he like lost his job, and they had to get like a replacement voice actor
Dude,
for
dude, free
that.
Dookie.
Free Dookie.
Free Dookie. You can do anything wrong. Oh God, Johnny Test.
I love the little like the whip sound effect.
Yeah, dude, like I literally like saw like I know it's like an edited video, but it just sounded like that one song by Arca. Like the one song by Arca was just like a whip sound effect. Like I want to know if Arca has ever watched Johnny Test. I want to ask her.
hmm
If I get in contact with her, I'm gonna ask how she feels about Johnny Test.
I think she'd probably be a very big fan.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
what's there not to love about like Johnny Test,
Yeah. First of all, it's Canadian.
right?
Yeah. I don't actually remember much about Johnny Test because like there's like a bunch of other like Canada like dude, there's like this one called like Jimmy Two Shoes or some shit. And like Cartoon Network isn't as big of a thing up here. It's more like there's Teletoon and then there's YTV, and
Hmm.
Teletoon plays all the Cartoon Network shows, and YTV plays most of the Nickelodeon stuff. But like, yeah, like if you get like a satellite TV subscription, like you get Teletoon before you get Cartoon Network. It's like a whole, it's so weird. So like, you have like a bunch of people who like only watch like Johnny Test or fucking like Spliced.
Hmm.
Like no one, I don't think anyone down in the States know what Spliced is. It's like
Yeah,
this like
I don't.
yeah, there's this like cow guy who's also a chicken, and then there's like I don't know, like it's always just that kind of stuff that comes out of this country. It's really good. Yeah, yeah, type shit.
All right. To move on to your music, though. So when I was telling my friends,
Yes.
Pastoria and Orange, both of whom I've interviewed before, that you're going to be the next guest,
Mhm.
they were both super excited as you've actually been a huge influence on their artistic journeys. So given that
Wait,
you've been
really?
cited as an influence, right now, I'm curious, how did you first get into making music, and then who are some of your influences for your art?
Okay. So I think like starting out, I kind of started like tinkering with music when I was like 11 or 12, and then I started taking it seriously when I turned 13-ish. So like I think early on I was really into Blank Banshee, who is also Canadian, fun fact. Yeah, I was just like really into Blank Banshee, James Ferraro, kind of. But then also like kind of like the more like mainstream EDM acts like Deadmau5.
Hmm.
Like I think that was like my first exposure to like electronic music, and then from there I got like into like Aphex Twin and stuff. And then yeah, then I just like slowly became more active in like the underground rap scene. I think like I had like a few mutual friends who were doing like trap metal stuff, which is like honestly I still go back and listen to some trap metal stuff because like it's it's interesting.
Hmm.
I don't really, yeah, it was like a weird phase because I like never make that kind of stuff anymore. But yeah, from there I got like really into like the whole like I guess digicore scene.
Yeah.
Like my friends sent me like stuff from Jane and Saturn and like stuff like that. And then I was like, like this is let me looking, let me listening, you know? And yeah, I guess from there then I realized that there was like a whole like other underground electronic scene that I really felt like more aligned with. Like I think like a Counta focus group like Moss Garden invited me to the user collective like pretty early on. And
Well, I don't know
yeah, I
you're
think
part of
that
that.
yeah, like that's the thing. It's so big you don't know who is even in
Yeah.
it. But the thing is I don't really upload much, so it's just like a fun little thing I hop in there
Hmm.
sometimes. But yeah, it's just like the kind of like underground electronic stuff was kind of like really interesting, like especially like at the turn of like the pandemic.
Hmm.
That's why I took way more time out of like to just dig and get into like stuff, just everything. And yeah, and then like people like Arca and Sophie especially were really influential for me in like 2018, like when I first found out about them as well. And yeah, like I think Arca's mixtape, I think it was ampersand, like the and mixtape,
Hmm.
the one that was on Hippos and Tanks, I think. That one was like really influential to me at first, as and also like that and Igloo Ghost, especially like Igloo
Hmm.
Ghost, Neo Wax Bloom and Clear Tame were like really big. Like those were on repeat when I was like 14.
Hmm.
Yeah. I say like currently though, I feel like a lot of my inspiration comes from like my peers in the SoundCloud scenes. So like, you know, just people who I work with, people who I talk to a lot.
Hmm. Yeah, I had a similar experience with like during COVID, just like diving into music more and learning so much more about it. And
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
also when I first learned about you, not from your music, but because you were in the, I forget if it was the summer or the winter solstice set, but like the Planet Zero, like URLfest.
Oh,
But
really? Wait,
yeah, I think you were in the server. I found out about you like from that initially.
yeah, yeah, I was in there. Yeah. I think I was like I was like messaging my friend. I was like, "Can I get backstage?" God, it was really funny though, because like I met a good few people from there too. Like that's how I met Mason Infinity. That's how I met Jane, I think like that's how I kind of like started talking to Jane too, and just like Heartstop Miami and
Yeah.
stuff. Like that's how I just kind of got to know them a bit better. But yeah, that was there during then. I remember like staying up late because wait, hold on, let me get my sentence together. Like I remember staying up late for like every single URL fest at that time because for starters, like for a while I had like a curfew. Like I had to be like asleep by 10. I couldn't really
Mm-hmm.
make much noise, you know, that like type of thing. And as well, like I also live on like the like earliest ahead time zone in the continent. So that obviously like made things more difficult, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Which also, fun fact, it is half an hour ahead of Halifax. It is the only time zone in North America with an half hour time difference. So stupid. But yeah, I just like I have so many memories of just like staying up late and just like going on these URLfests and stuff like Winter Solstice. There was also like the Banger Fest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was like really like a bunch of my friends were involved in that. And then there was also like I helped organize like a few things too. So yeah, I'd love to do it again at some point. I'm
Yeah.
just busy with my real life now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to add on to what you said earlier too about like figuring out how to like balance like your music with your school and like wanting to do it like with your degree. Do you
Yeah,
mind
yeah.
telling me like what you're majoring in if you're comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm currently working towards a bachelor in fine arts. So yeah, and I'm in the visual program, but at the same time, like I'm doing a bunch of stuff with, like I'm taking a bunch of like new media courses. So I do get a chance to do like installation art and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've done a bunch of audio installation work, and I'm hoping I can keep doing that because I don't know, I think there's like a lot more to be explored in terms of like people who were like doing music online and then taking that to like another context, you know?
Yeah.
Like it feels good to like like I grew up in like a really small town, like less than 3,000 people. And then I moved to like where I go to school now. Not gonna say because I don't feel like, you know,
Yeah.
like I go to school in beep, I go to school in redacted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I go to school here now. I know like a bunch of different musician types now. Like I make music in real life. Like I actually know artist people now. So it feels good to like go from an exclusively online thing to like using that to organize things in real life. And I think that's like something that a lot of people who like kind of blew up, so to speak, during COVID kind of not necessarily like dealt with, but like it's something that like it's a through line, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Yeah, like and plus like since I'm taking like a fine arts degree, it's also like not only am I like interested in like playing shows, but also like putting my work in like a museum context is kind of interesting too, you know? Especially when it comes to like electronic music, because there's like a precedent for that really. Like I think a lot about of Ryoji Ikeda's installation work. Like that's sick to me.
Mm-hmm.
Love to do something like that.
Yeah, there's some installation stuff like at my college too, where there's like there's an art museum that's like on our campus, but there's also a little like on the way to it, there's like a sound garden where somebody like put a
That's
bunch of like
sick.
speakers like as you're walking in.
Yeah, yeah, that's sick. Yeah. I see like that's cool, but in my mind, I feel like in my mind, I'm imagining someone like hacking into like the Soundgarden, playing like the most annoying sound possible. Like, I'm gonna go to the Soundgarden and like get into it and start playing Laserdin. I don't care. Screw it.
I mean, currently it's bird noises, but I feel like Laserdisc could also rap like over bird noises if you really wanted to,
Honestly, yeah. Like the next space after, I think the next step after cut space beats is just bird sounds. Honestly,
or like
like
white
just
noise.
do that. Yeah, rapping over brown noise, pink noise.
Yeah, that's what I think we really need as like a society, just to because we already have like ambient plug, but we need just like
Yeah. Harsh noise wall plug.
hmm
I wish tread was more of a thing though. I miss like I don't miss tread because I wasn't really there for when it was a big thing, obviously. But like I wish tread got more praise, you know? Because like working on dying, like they're like having a pretty good time now. But you know what? Like people don't talk about tread by name enough. Like, you know?
yeah,
Like I like when I hear rage beats, I hear like like the shred influence is so obvious, but it feels like people don't really be talking about like like the Black Crate shred beats, and it's like, bro, let's discuss this.
Yeah, there was a beat on that Trippy Red album from last year, like the Mansion Music one. I don't know if you listened to it because
Oh
it
yeah.
was really bad. But there's a song
Yeah,
with like Future and Lil
yeah.
Baby that's like literally a tread beat that's on there.
Bro, well, okay, wait. I gotta listen to that now, honestly. The only thing I remember is when he like on that album he like just took like the like Ohio Little B song. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, plus I
God.
think he dropped every song like as a single, so it'd show up on like everyone's profile too, which is just like the
Oh,
lamest
dude, I
thing
hate when
ever.
they do that. Dude, when French Montana did that with dude, that was evil. Like, oh my God. Like every song slowed and reverbed, every song sped up, every song like reverse. Like what are we
And
doing,
I think it
man?
was
Like,
instrumental and a cappella too. And there was one song where
yeah.
it was like an a cappella version of an instrumental interlude, so it was just silence.
Dude, no. Bro. It's funny. At the same time, I feel like if I were like of that size, I would just do stuff like that just to like screw with people.
Hmm.
Like, I'm gonna release like acapellas. I'm gonna release the acapellistic quoting, even though it's all instrumental
Yeah.
except for one song.
Moving on. So to prepare for this interview, I checked out your NeoCities website. I think the way that you described your music is like a perfect description of it. There's very like comforting
Mm,
and cozy feeling to it. And I feel like your
yeah,
cover art is also a huge part of that. And I know you
yeah,
said you're a major in fine arts for visual art. So
yeah.
what goes through your mind when you're trying to visualize your art?
I think when I try to make like art to accompany my music, I'm thinking of like the process for making my art is pretty much the same thing as making my music, where like I'm very focused on like texture and like the formal qualities that end up like giving that kind of like sensory feel to it. Like I'm very like big on like the sensory aspect of music and art. So I'm like,
Hmm.
if like I feel like there's like kind of like a digital but soft kind of aspect to my music. So I want to like do that with the visuals that go along with my music as well. Like something that's like not like too like vivid, but like enough where it's like somewhere between like digital folk art almost and like also like painting, like the meta of painting I like to pull from a lot too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think I just try to also like color. Color is like probably the biggest thing for me. I don't know if like I would be considered synesthesiatic or
Hmm.
I don't know if I have synesthesia or not. I feel like it's kind of a overused term, but I don't know. I feel like there's like music and visuals are so connected to me, like interconnected to me, where like if one is weaker than the other, it's like so obvious.
Yeah.
But then like also sometimes if like the artwork sucks, like sometimes I love when like music has like a really shitty cover. Like, but no, I don't want to do that for like my project. You know,
Hmm.
like I want to try and like it's fun having control over like the visual aspect of your work, but I feel like I want to like start commissioning people for my artwork as well. Because like I don't know, I feel like like I feel like a lot of people don't really give the visual aspect of their music a lot of consideration. And it sucks because like they'll just look up like cool car Asian girl on Pinterest
Hmm.
and then upload that onto Spotify. And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
200,000 streams.
Like, yeah, fast cars, Asian girls, I live this shit. That one tweet, like, bro, no. But yeah, I don't know. I think like the spot between like music and like between audio and visual is like a very interesting thing to me where it's like music is a very visual thing for me because like I spend a lot of time hunched over in FL Studio. But visuals is also a very like when I look at something I can like almost like feel it orally, like I mean like audibly.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's not. It doesn't really make much sense, but I don't know. It's just like my music is the kind of thing where it's like when I make it, I associate it with like colors, textures, like certain plants, certain animals, And I think it's like it's good to give your music a certain association to the tangible world,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're like an electronic musician, because I feel like a lot of the time, like if you're making electronic music, there's this kind of like weightless quality to it because especially if you're like working in a DAW, like there's no like ties to the physical world when you're making music within a laptop, you know? So like
Yeah.
by giving it some kind of like physical association, it kind of like gives the viewer like something a bit more physical to pull from in their listening, and then it like, you know, like it just feels like real, I guess. But like even that's like subjective, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, as someone that does personally have synesthesia, I think your cover art does a really good job of like making an image of the sound, especially the quilting cover. Like How It Cites Fans, I think that's how you say it. That is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
exactly how I imagine like the cover looking.
Yeah, yeah. Like when I was making that, I was like, okay, this EP is blue. Like I don't know why, but like I was just like, this is a periwinkle EP. There's like no other way to go about it. So yeah, I like it. I think I'm considering making physicals of that album. So like I think I'm gonna try and make the CD periwinkle too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, I just need it to be blue. It is a blue. It is blue music.
Yeah, kind of like how have you listened to D&D by VH's Midnight Style?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
yeah, like I know like VMS has been using like pink a lot, and it just makes sense for like his music. Like it's very pink,
Yeah.
pink and gray. Like the pink and gray together, like they kind of like when you put color next to gray, like certain colors next to gray, kind of like has this weird like visual effect, you know, where it's like there's not enough contrast, but like in a good way, where like the color and the gray kind of like rub against each other, and I feel like that like really suits the like it really suits Kaiman and it really suits D&D because like I don't know like there's like this like really like it's like fuzzy grainy but like also spacey music
Yeah.
like I don't know it's like it's you know like Floam.
You mean
It's like
Flume?
foam to me. No, Floam, like the it's like this like foam that's like really big like chunks of foam. Hold on, I'm gonna look up an image and send it to you and you can like put it in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this is so silly, but it's this like weird like in this one they're making like a gingerbread man out of foam. It's like this shit, you know?
I want to eat it.
Right? Dude, like when I was a kid, I always wanted to eat it too. Like it felt so good to play with too. But yeah, like I feel like VMS's music is like this. I can't describe it. It just feels like that, where it's like I don't know. I want to like scrunch it up.
Yeah, no, but it feels like squishy. Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's like squishy but grainy, you
Mm,
know.
yeah. So I see here that your profile picture is currently a polar bear, right? And
That is
this is a
true.
question that I ask people in real life, but I'm curious to see your answer given that your mascot is a stuffed bear. So
Yeah.
if you were a really big bear,
Mhm.
what would you do? But like people aren't like afraid of you though. It's like we bear bears. So people are just like
You're
chill.
just like yeah, it's just like, oh hey, yeah, that's Braden.
Yeah.
I would probably just like I'd probably like go to the grocery store, you know? Like I feel like it'd be chill to like be a bear and like hold a watermelon because like your paws would be like so big that like the watermelon wouldn't even be that big. You could just like carry it to the car and it'd be like an apple or like, you know?
With one hand.
Like I would just like yeah, exactly. I
One
just like
paw,
walk out
excuse
with a
me.
watermelon. Yeah, I just walk out of the grocery store with like a watermelon in one paw and like I'd be like, hell yeah, you
Hmm.
know? But like it'd be a bit hard like driving back though. But like polar bears can be fast though, you know, like they're like big animals. They can run.
Yeah, or maybe you could get like a Flintstones car.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I could like get in the car and just like run in the car.
Hmm.
That I think that could work well, yeah. It would be difficult to make music though, because it's kind of hard to like my paws would be too big to press any of the keys. It would be difficult.
Yeah, but I mean, there's
I would probably
videos
have
of
to deal with
like
that.
elephants playing piano. So like, if they can do it, I'm sure you could figure out something.
Yeah, yeah, I'd have to like do some research looking into it.
Maybe if you played like with your nose or something like that.
True, yeah. I could like hold like a pen or something. Like I could like hold a pen in my mouth and then like press the key with the pen, you know?
Yeah, I mean, because like we're working with the BPIV brain here. You're not just like a bear, like full on. So you'd have
Yeah.
because like there's the videos where it's like cats like walk across like a piano where dogs would go like like this. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
actually
Have you
have
seen that
like a
like
vision here. They're just
yeah.
kind of doing whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen that like one video of like the dog and he's like playing piano and he's also like wagging his tail against the drum?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I could have something like that on the go, like for my live sets. If I was a bear, my live sets would look like that. I would like use one paw to mix, the other paw to DJ. Yeah, I'm workshopping this. I'm gonna get back to you on this
Okay.
with a better layout.
hmm Do you remember that? This was like way. This was a long time ago, but there's some guy that would go in like a gorilla suit and like play saxophone.
Wait, yeah, I remember that in like the grocery stores and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like that could be you.
Yeah, that could be me just like with a polar bear and I'd be playing a synth.
hmm And specifically a polar
I'm
bear,
gonna
not like a grizzly bear or something.
I feel like either a polar bear or like a black bear, I think.
Okay.
Grizzly bears are chill though. They're just not me personally. I
hmm
fuck with them though.
Okay. Yeah, when I've asked people this question, I've gotten the two answers I've gotten the most are like either they would just hibernate, which is like yeah, you could do that,
That's real. Yeah,
or
I
they would
could.
go rob like a gas station store because like what are the people gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is like if I was a bear and they knew it was like, oh, that's Brayden, like, hmm. I mean, if I was a bear and they knew who I was and I robbed the store, they might not even do anything because they can't really do much to a bear, you know? Like scale wise, like
Yeah,
they can't really overtake me. Unless in this universe they like developed like unless they call like animal patrol or something. Like I've genuinely like in the town that I live in, I've seen like moose like get carried and airlifted into the sky. So like they could do that to me if I'm not
but
careful, you know?
you're fast though, so like it wouldn't be an issue for you.
That's true, yeah. I'm fast and I can outsmart them. I have
Yeah,
methods.
my answer to this is always I'd go to my school's library and go study as a bear.
That's real as hell. That's real as hell. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. The library on my campus is like pretty small, but it's like pretty cozy.
yeah, like just because I'm a bear doesn't mean I can't get educated. So we
Exactly.
gotta break
Yeah.
the stigma.
Exactly. Yeah. Let bears get educated.
Oh, and then I think my friend's other answer was like, be like celebrity bear because you're a bear that can do like people things sort of.
Yeah.
So they would
Yeah.
try to like market
Exactly. Yeah.
themselves as that, or like kind of like how like Turning Red is.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Or like I could be like the first bear to skateboard because there's like, look at this dog. He's on the skateboard. You know, there's like 20 dogs who can skateboard, but there's no bears who can skateboard. You know,
Yet,
like that's an untapped market. I feel.
hmm would you need like a custom board? Because I feel like your foot would just like crush,
Oh yeah, yeah. It needs to be like giant.
like surfboard
It'd be more of
size.
like yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have you watched Surf's Up?
Oh, I have, and I know there's
It's
two of
such
them. Isn't John Cena in the second one?
yeah, yeah, yeah. John Cena's in the second one. He plays like a seal or
Yeah,
something.
I think
I
so.
haven't watched it though. I haven't watched it. I just know like it's like weird. I know the second one is like strange. But the first one is weird too. No one really talks about Surf's Up. It's kind of like a sleeper hit, you know?
You know, that was a classic. Like, if I'm at like a summer camp, like they'll play Surfs Up.
True. It's a very summer camp movie. That and like open season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like Over the Hedge.
Yes, yes, over the hedge. Yes. Dude. Uh like and like ants. Not a bug's life.
Yeah,
Ants.
Ants.
It is still so funny to me that they released like didn't they release in the same year?
I think well, it's because the guy that worked at Disney, like I think he was the president of Disney, and then he went to go found DreamWorks and used a lot of their ideas for their early DreamWorks movies. So
Oh,
that's like why Shark's Tale exists and
damn.
Finding Nemo, like Bugs Life and Ants.
True.
And there's one more
Dude,
that I can't
yeah.
think of, but like he basically just stole their ideas and did that.
Damn. Damn. Yeah, yeah, true. Because like there's like a lot of stuff between like Pixar and DreamWorks. Because I know like a lot of people like left Pixar and then went to DreamWorks, and I think that's how Shrek. And I think that was like a thing I learned when I was learning about Shrek in my spare time, as
hmm
one
Yeah.
does. I haven't watched Shrek in such a long time. I'm trying to convince my roommates to watch Shrek, but they did not want to. So I am now planning to live somewhere else. Yeah, we do have The Incredibles though. Someone brought like a bunch of their DVDs, and it's like Incredibles, Twilight, New Moon, and like Coldplay concert movie live 2002. It's such a weird collection, but I don't care. Screw
Hmm.
it. We're watching the Coldplay concert film.
Y'all need to have like a movie night where you just like marathon a bunch of them.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Or you could use your like bear strength to like force them down and watch it with you.
Exactly. They could like hop on my back and I could like run to the movie theater, break in like while the movie's playing, and then no one says anything because I'm a bear.
Yeah.
Like they can't take me. They can't take me out.
Or you could put on like sunglasses and like a trench coat.
Yeah, instead of like a bear, instead of like a bunch of kids in a trench coat being like an adult, it's a polar bear in a trench coat trying to be a human. My life like Paddington for real.
Hmm. Was isn't Shrek 5 coming out like next year or something?
They're still making those?
Yeah, there's gonna be a Shrek 5.
Oh, wait. Oh my God. Yeah, there is. There's like a there's like a Wikipedia page for it. Oh my God. Yeah,
Oh,
2026.
20, okay, so we gotta wait a while still as loyal Shrek fans. But
Yeah.
like I think you need to
Yeah.
catch up before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. It's produced by the guy who also produced the Minions. Hmm.
So it's gonna
This
be
could
a
go.
great movie, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be Kino, obviously. Yeah. Like honestly, like the original Despicable Me still holds up. I still need to see the new one though.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, yeah, Despicable Me 4. All I know is like the Pharrell song. Pharrell goes so hard on all of the like Despicable Me soundtracks for absolutely no reason, and I'm like so here for it. Like, how much is he getting paid to write original music for Despicable Me every single time a Despicable Me movie comes out? Like, I want to know his contract, you know?
Yeah, I've seen the first two Despicable Me movies and then the two Minions movies that exist, and
Yeah.
I got Catfish for the second one because I don't really watch movies like that,
Damn.
right? But me and my friend
Yeah.
went because we thought the Yeet song would be in the movie, and it
Fucking Rich
wasn't.
Minion, dude. Rich Minion. Dude, I remember when like a bunch of people like tried to rate Rich Minion 10 out of 10 on Rate Your Music and then it got like vote
Yeah.
banned. Like, oh my God. They still need to free Rich Minion, like number one song of 2022, I believe.
Yeah. No, it's actually so good though.
Yeah.
I
I
like when he gets
talked to
Vector's name wrong in the song. I don't like
yeah,
Victor.
when he was like Victor. Fucking Victor, bro.
Speaking of this like childhood movies, right? So like I said before,
Yeah.
your music puts me in a very safe and comforting place, and your
Yeah.
double-sided single for December is a great example of that. So while it's kind of
Yeah.
lost its like magic for me now for December, it had this very
Mm,
magical thing when I was a kid, a 2 week period off from school where I could play on my Wii U and watch Crash Animations to
mm,
my heart's content.
yeah.
So, what are some of your favorite memories of winter break as a child?
Mm. Well, like honestly, I've never really been much of a winter person. Like here up in like Canada, especially in like rural Newfoundland, like over winter break, everyone just like go up to their cabins if they had one, like just go out on Skidoo or quad or something, and they just like maybe go ice fishing, like stuff like that. Very like very very quaint. But
Hmm.
for me personally, I just kind of like stayed in, made hot chocolate, watched movies, stuff like that. And yeah, I guess like the only real thing I really look forward to during winter is Christmas, obviously. Like just like it was cozy. And it still is, but it's like different when you're like a kid, you
Yeah.
know? There's just like this like warmth just like everywhere and it's just like sweet. And my my parents have this tradition of like back to movies. Like we still like watch like the Polar Express like every single year, like the CGI one with
Hmm. Wait,
Tinashe.
Tinashe is in that
Like,
movie?
yeah, yeah, Tinashe voices like the girl. Like, and she's like, "Where are you, Chris?"
I didn't
And
know
it's fucking
that.
Tinashe. Yeah, she's everywhere. Like, bro, fucking Tinashe's in the movie. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like I have like good associations with Christmas, like because like even though it was like very like kind of like formal, like, oh yeah, like sit down, be with your family, blah 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 blah. Like it's like I don't know, it's just like a nice like like filler episodes and like shows. Like it's just like every Christmas in my mind is just like so separated from everything else in the year. Like it's just like this Christmas. Like you have everything before Christmas, and then after Christmas. Like it's just its own like little bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Jewish, so I have Hanukkah instead of Christmas, but I have like a similar
Shit.
like fond memory, especially having the like menorah lit up at night every night.
Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
like literal warmth though, because of like the fire and whatever. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like yeah, menorahs are sick as hell.
yeah, I have good memories of like eating like waffle maker waffles and looking at this
Ooh.
advertisement for 3D World on the Wii U,
3D World?
like Super Mario 3D World, where they had like the cat
Oh,
suits.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And they like walk around, like
Yeah,
run
because
around.
the
Yeah,
promo for it, the texture they use for the cat suits looks so like soft but like edible, and
yeah,
I would just look
yeah.
at
Exactly.
that
Like,
all the time. Or this like
yeah.
Club Penguin book that I had.
Oh, yes. I think I have the Club Penguin guide too. I think it's still in like my childhood bedroom. I also have like the like Minecraft like Redstone books
Oh
and the crafting
yeah.
books and stuff. Yeah, but those went hard for like Scholastic Bookfair,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Oh, y'all had that up there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I don't know if they do it anymore because funding, but yeah, I always remember like just going there and like looking at all the books and like the posters. They'd have like a LeBron poster, a like car stock image poster, like just stuff like that. And yeah, it was always a good time because like you'd like get time directly out of class to go down to the book fair. Like it was like, okay, come on, kids, like we can't do this. We have to go to the book fair. And it's like, yay, like let's look at the books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My school is kindergarten through eighth grade, so like the middle schoolers would get to volunteer. I'm at the book fair
Yeah,
during
yeah.
class, and when I was in
Mm,
eighth grade, I got selected to do it.
mm.
And the librarian had me dress up in this huge like Clifford costume
Oh
because
my
the
God.
kids love Clifford, right?
Oh,
But I went out there and they started beating me up because they didn't
my
like Clifford.
God.
Like I had to get escorted
Dude.
out because they wouldn't
Oh my
stop.
God. What do they have against Clifford? That's evil. Because like I know like kids hated Barney, but like Clifford, like what did Clifford do to them, you
He's
know?
just chill. I
Like he's
don't.
just like a big red dog. Like chill on him.
They saw
Like
red.
Barn like yeah, they saw red. Yeah, like I understand like not liking Barney. Barney kind of creeped me out too. But like Clifford, he's just a dog. Like he's just a big dog, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's chill. I don't like the CGI version though. That one was like kind of scary.
Was there like a movie recently for it or something? Because I don't think I know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like 2 years ago. It was like, like the Jungle Book where like they remade it and it was just like it looked like it was made in like Unreal Engine.
Oh
They did
yeah.
that to Clifford. They put Clifford in Unreal Engine. It looked awful, bro. It was evil.
I don't know, cause like I thought the Jungle Book was honestly one of the better like remake movies that they've done.
Yeah, yeah, it was all right. It was all right, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that works for Lion, not Lion King, Jungle Book, but Clifford does not
Yeah.
need to look like a real like. Was he like a realistic dog?
Yeah, it was just like a dog and they like skilled him up. Like it was just so funny. It was funny.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
The Lion King though, that remake looked like terrible because I didn't like how the animals
Yeah.
would speak, but their mouths would just go like.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like movies like that, like they need like the entire point of it is like keeping the suspension of disbelief where it's just like, okay, yeah, like I'm just gonna like get in this little world and I'm gonna watch lions talk. But like the thing is like the like animation kind of helps to keep that bridge, where it's like, okay, like it makes sense that these lines are talking because it's 2D animated. But then it's like, well, like that's not realistic enough. And it's like, okay, I don't care. Like, bro, like it's like IDGAF.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
if they had stylized the animation a little bit, I think it would have looked fine. But it's just like
Yeah,
real lions do not
exactly.
move like that, so it just looks really
Yeah,
weird.
exactly. Yeah. Can I admit something?
Mm-hmm.
I've still never seen Into the Spider-Verse or the second one,
You're missing
Into or
out.
Across. I know, like I've seen like so many images and like clips, and I'm like, I know this like goes hard, but I just keep forgetting to watch it. I'm like really bad at like keeping up with movies and stuff. I am not a good movie watcher at all.
Yeah, me neither.
However, yeah, however, I did watch Being John Malkovich. It was a really good movie. Love it.
I don't even know what that is, but I'll take your word on it.
Yeah, so it's this movie by Spike Jonze, and basically it's just like this guy finds a portal into the mind of John Malkovich, like the actor John Malkovich, and then like people keep entering the mind of John Malkovich, and then like he goes like kind of crazy, but then like everyone needs to leave the mind of John Malkovich. It's
I'm picturing like like
it's
when SpongeBob like goes into his head and it's all the little SpongeBob's like typewriters and stuff.
yeah,
That's what I'm picturing right now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was honestly like that. It was such like a crazy movie. Like I love movies where like just like the premise is just so like like the premise is just like so odd to explain, but like they commit to it so well, and like you know like it's not like taking itself seriously, but it's like committing to the bit.
Hmm.
Like I'd say like my favorite I think my favorite movie would have to be Nowhere by Greg Araki, because like it's like such like it's a totally like out there movie, but the thing is like it sticks to it, it like commits the bit, and like it still has you know like even though like it's like I'd say it's a comedy, like a comedy, but also like kind of a drama, I'd say. But like it sticks so hard to like its surreal elements while like keeping in touch with its like personal elements.
Hmm.
It's like I feel like a lot of the time, like movies now, they like kind of just hide behind irony, and it's just like, oh well, this just happened. It's like, like girl, shut up, girl. You do not to you do girl, wait, hold on, girl. You do not relate to Evangelion.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I'd recommend it. Anything by Greg Araki is so good.
Well, I meant Evangelion, but that too.
Oh yeah, Evangelion is so good too. I think it was like the second anime I ever watched. I watched it during COVID because all my friends were like, "You haven't watched Evangelion?" And I'm like, "I have not." So I did. And yeah, it was really good. Evangelion and Lane are like two like pieces of media where like there's a reason why everyone really likes it, but at the same time there's like a whole subsect of their fans that are like I'm not gonna say like they're viewing it wrong, but they take it very in a very interesting direction that I don't think I can, you know, like I don't know. They're just like you know Lane, right?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just like this, like basically the premise is just like kind of like the internet in its infancy, and then like not necessarily like the dangers, but just kind of like exploring the implications of that.
Hmm.
But then some people are like, hmm. So basically, I should like upload myself to the internet, and I should just like be on the internet forever. And I'm like what?
So like Wreck It
I
Ralph,
don't know.
basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Serial Experience Lane is basically Wreck-It Ralph,
Okay, I get it
and
now. I get it now. You dumbed it down for me.
exactly, yeah, yeah. But instead of being in a arcade cabinet, she's in a gaming PC, actually. I feel like I feel like no one's gonna pick up that I'm like joking about all this, and they're gonna get like really mad about it, but I don't care. It's
Well, see, I
funny.
don't know the difference, so I'm just taking it like as it is. Like, imagine if you
Yeah,
were
well,
stuck in like PUBG.
dude, imagine being stuck in Fall Guys.
That'd be kind of chill.
Honestly, yeah, you just but like being stuck on like all the like floating thingies, like I feel like it'd be kind of like purgatory. Like you'd be stuck running around like all the obstacles and stuff. And you get like tired, but I don't know if like they need like food or water to survive, you
They
know?
don't have mouths. I don't think that's like a concern for them.
Yeah, I have no mouth and I must fall. Like maybe they like photosynthesize.
They do have. Is there a sun in Fall Guys? I know there's a sky. I don't know if there's a sun though.
I think I hope there's a sun.
Cause like, is it ever dark in Fall Guys? I can't.
I don't think so. Honestly, I've never played
I
it.
haven't
I
either.
have played. I've played Stumble Guys though.
You know, me too.
Like
Yeah.
knockoff, bro. Uh, but yeah. I hope they're not like in pain from all the falling.
I
That
think
would
they're
suck.
okay. It's like what I'm thinking of is like when they're in their little like cubicle. It's kind of like when Buzz is in the like store and there's like the whole like wall of him.
Yeah,
Like
and there's like a
that's
bunch
how
of
I
other
picture it.
buzzes. Yeah. It's like it's your turn to like go run through the obstacles and fall, and they're like, okay,
I think that would be like a
like
pretty chill existence though, especially because there's no real risk of failure. Like if you fail, you just
exactly,
kind
yeah.
of just reset.
Yeah, exactly. But
Because in PUBG, if you fail, you get shot. I don't want to feel that over and over again.
yeah, I wouldn't want to get shot like 20 times. I like suck at first person shooters, so like I would definitely just keep getting shot. Yeah, I think like the only one I've really ever like spent much time with is TF2. But like even then, like my laptop, I haven't tried to run it on my new laptop actually. I should try that. But the last laptop I had, it didn't even have 8 gigs of RAM, so that's like not ideal for doing like anything. Like every project file I'd make, it would just overload the CPU and RAM like
Hmm.
immediately. So like I'd have to like, dude, what I'd have to do is I would finish like the song sort of, right? And then I would export all the stems and then make a separate project file with the stems and then add layers on top of that. And then like sometimes I'd have to do like
Oh
three
my
layers of
god.
bounces. Just it was insane. It's insane. I haven't had to do that for like years now, but it was such an evil way of making music, and I don't know how I made it through that and like actually released things using that. Like,
Hmm.
bro, have you seen that like one guy playing Minecraft and then he like explodes and he's like, my PC, and it like crackles up. Like that's what
Is
making
it
music
when they
was
have like
like.
the huge TNT thing that explodes and then the whole thing just like crashes?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what like all my music sounded like while playing it back on like my Acer netbook, like bro. But yeah, as you were saying,
Yeah, speaking of your process though, towards the end of last year, you released Sonnet 30, your collab
yeah.
project with fairies. And on the announcement
Mhm.
post on Instagram, I saw you said that it really helped you craft the like soft electronic sound that you're known for today. So how was working on that project? Because you made it seem like it was over a pretty like long period of time.
Yeah, so like the like main like core idea of it started like back in 2020, and like when like me and Jack we were both like kind of getting a bit burnt out on like the kind of like hyperpop stuff that was happening around us at the time. So we were
Hmm.
like, okay, let's make like sleepy pop. That is not a formal term. Do not make that a genre. We were just like, let's make pop that is sleepy. So we just like went in that direction, and like yeah, but then like Jack got like busy with a bunch of other stuff and I also got busy too. But at the same time, like we just kept going back to it over the next few years, and we were like, there's something really interesting at the core of this that we want to like get towards, you know? So like eventually we were just like, okay, let's crank all these vocals out within a month. Let's finish these instrumentals. Let's mix and master it on our own. Let's just bam. But yeah, it was like a very like fluid process though, because like all things considered, like working virtually is like not really an issue for me because given that like I grew up where I didn't really know any musicians who did like similar things to me. I
Hmm.
kind of had to just become used to like sending project files, sending stems. Although Newfoundland internet is so bad, it's like, oh, like I'm not gonna rant about the Canadian telecom industry, but it's bad up here. But yeah, so like I just essentially got really used to sending project files back and forth and stems, and yeah, and I just became like really I figured out how to like communicate really effectively with Jack about like what I wanted because like sometimes dude, one time they recorded vocals and they had just gotten a CRT television. And you know like the high pitched screaming that the CRT television like
Is it
emits?
like when it's like doing the static?
Yeah, or like not even the static, but like when it's on, it's like this really high pitched tone.
But as you were saying,
Ooh, well, okay, well, basically like I just became like really good at just like figuring out how to put what I want into language. And likewise with Jack, like we just became really good at working with each other because we like communicated really well with each other about like the direction that we wanted the project to go in, and just like going forward from that, like it honestly felt like we were just like in the studio together the entire time because like we just communicated that well with each other. And it's not really often I find that like I run into someone that like I work that well with. Like I'd say it's probably only like three people I'm really like three, maybe four people I communicate like that effectively with and can just like consistently create like things that I'm really proud of with.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was just essentially a combination of being stuck in the house for so long and figuring out how to cope with like collaborating over a really long distance because they're based in Chicago and I'm based in Newfoundland, this fake island that doesn't exist. I made it up. Um, but yeah, it was just a combination of dealing with that and also just like both of us figuring out our creative directions because right now Jack is like comfortable again like with like the kind of like alt rock thing and like the alt rock indie pop influence stuff with like their solo stuff and DSI boys. But like for a while they like were kind of unsure about the creative direction. So like this kind of like served as like its own little universe separate from everything else.
Hmm.
And then like and like even at that time, like I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do either. Like I was like kind of getting into like the more ambient thing I'm kind of known for now. But at the same time, I was still like making like Umru type beats. I was like making Umru Alice Gas type beats like constantly. But then I was like, wait, I should probably like expand on the other stuff that like I'm getting better at. Like I was getting really good at melody. I was getting good at just like composition and arrangement. So I was like, okay, let me just hone in on this while working with like a songwriter. Like like it just helped for me to like figure out, like it was a really good learning experience because Jack is honestly like one of the best songwriters I know. So shout out.
Hmm. Yeah, some of my favorites in that project are I gotta pull it up so I can remember the song names, but they're towards the end.
Mm.
Um, Eternal and I Wiz are both really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you think that you ever incorporate vocals like into your own music, like doing them yourself?
I've been trying, but it's just, like I'm like really shy about recording. Like it's just something that I have to work through, but I'm just like shy about like hearing my voice back. It's the kind of thing where like I just have to get used to it. But like
Yeah.
I have been trying to like practice singing because like I know a few vocalists in real life and they've like given me like tips and tricks because like I've tried to do like backup vocals for them and like it's gone well, but it's just working up the nerve to like actually, like because I do like write in my spare time. So hypothetically, I could just like write my own song, sing it, and just do everything myself. And I'd like to. And I have like a good few covers that I've wanted to record vocals for, but I just haven't worked up like the confidence to do it. Like I've had this like cover in my head of a Bia Badoobie song that I keep wanting to do, but then I just keep putting off recording vocals, even though the instrumental is like completely done.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I really want to try and like branch out a bit more. Like I'm trying to get better at like keys. I'm trying to get better at vocals. I'd love to learn guitar at some point, but I just that's like a whole other thing. But yeah, I actually like was like in like a choir when I was younger. So like it's not like I'm completely like naive to it. It's just I haven't like really sang for other people since I was like
Yeah.
10, since I was like 9 or 10. So and even then, I'd be singing like Flanders Fields and like Joyeux Noel. Like, bro, the BPIV Christmas album would go crazy though.
What would be a crazy cover for you to do? Do you know like it's called like Wonderful Christmas Time, the Paul McCartney one?
Oh my god, yeah, the one with like the one where it just like sounds like like
I
bow 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 bow. Yeah,
feel like you could do
yeah,
cool synth
honestly,
stuff
like
with that.
yeah, honestly, it's like fun. Like I know like there's a bunch of people who hate that song, but honestly, I really like the sense in it. Like
Hmm.
it's quaint, like it sounds it's very childlike.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like you're just like like you're like it's cute. And I'm not gonna tolerate the wonderful Christmas time slander. I've had it up to here. I'm not gonna take it. What
Hmm.
should be slandered is We Are the World. I We Are the World is just not I don't fuck with it.
Admittedly, I've never heard it, but In my mind, it's kind of like when all the celebrities sang like "Imagine" by John Lennon
Yeah,
during COVID.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is too. But instead of like over like Zoom, it's like in a studio, and it's like Michael Jackson and like Avril Lavigne and like Tom York singing, "We gotta protect the peace." And it's like, bro, I don't want to listen to this.
No,
But
I'm.
also, like, it's funny. It is funny because sometimes you get like, like when Millie Bobby Brown did like the Imagine thingy, and she's like, like I think about that a lot. Like the Millie Bobby Brown segment of the Imagine cover. She thought she ate.
I mean, plus doesn't
She
the I know
thought
there's
she
a video where there's a guy that plays like piano along to it. I think the key changes like almost every time someone starts singing.
Yeah, yeah, like they didn't even ask anyone to like stay in the same key. It was like just it was ooh, bro, evil, evil cover. Honestly, they should do it again. Like I want to I want to see them do it again because like when it dropped, it was the only thing on my timeline on Twitter. Like they kind of won in a way. Like we gave them what they wanted. We gave them attention.
No, they're trying to unite the
Like
people. That's what they're trying to do. To make us all feel
and then
safe.
and we all got united in how insane and like bad that cover was. Dude, fucking bro, freaking Gal Gadot. Isn't Gal Gadot on the IDF? I forget. Or she was for a bit.
I don't know. I missed
Okay.
the there'd be like they get all these like pop artists to do like songs against like AIDS and
Yeah.
stuff and like HIV.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like we
Yeah.
need to bring that
I
back.
forget. Yeah. And like, it would be really funny now because it would just be like Shabuzi and like Jack Harlow. It's like, dude, it would be such a deranged collection of artists. Like, it would be like, I want to hear Lil Tecca and Miley Cyrus do a charity single right now.
Right now.
Right now.
What cause would they be supporting right now?
Ooh. For some reason, I just thought about like that one Kodak Black tweet where he's like, I support cancer. Dude, like, just, I support cancer. Like, yeah, thanks.
I think Lil Tecca needs to rap about breast cancer awareness.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's a point of view that Lil Tecca could convey. His voice needs to be heard in the world. We love Lil Tecca.
Wait, isn't that
I
what
don't
it's,
know
isn't that what his album was called?
yeah, yeah, exactly. He was right. We do love Lil Tecca.
I had a Lil
We
Tecca
do.
phase in like 2021, I think.
What does that mean?
I was
Like you
okay.
just got
No, there
like
was
you were
this
just
one
really
song.
into Lil
It's
Tecca.
him, Trippie Redd, and Chief Keef on like a rage beat, and it's like the best song ever.
Wait. Okay, wait, yeah, I gotta listen to that
No, it's
later
like
then. Yeah,
beautiful, like
damn.
genuinely.
Damn. Yeah, like honestly, like Lil Tecca had like a lot of potential. I don't know like why he just kind of like disappeared. Because like he was good, honestly. He was good.
No, he's still around. There's like a new jazz song
Yeah.
he was on recently,
Oh wow.
and that got
That's like a
like
little bit
decently
funny.
popular. So
That's cool. I didn't know if it was like a Stofago situation where like he got signed and then like they like just didn't do anything with him.
what do you mean? He's next up.
Stofago's been next up for 20 years.
Yeah.
Stofago's been up since the Bush administration.
Yeah, no, I think he lost like I was never really on the Sofego wave to begin with, but I think he lost whatever
Yeah,
like he did have.
yeah. But he's still next up.
He's still next up.
Still next up.
What I am sad about is Sheck West. Like he's on Cactus Jack, and they just do nothing with him.
Yeah. Literally, like, where is he? They like trapped him. Check West is trapped in a small container of some sort. They stuck Check West in a Tupperware container and won't let him out.
Isn't he doing like this on the cover or something like that of Mudboy, where he's like, I think it's
Yeah,
like that.
he's like T-posing kind of. low key.
Also,
And he's just like in like
we were
he's
talking
in
about
mud.
tread beats earlier. There's a tread beat. There's a few on that album.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think Lunchbox was
Like,
the one that produced them too, which is like a weird like
yeah, it was like foreshadowing kind of because like it's crazy because like Sheck West was like more mainstream than like I'd say like the new jazz artists are, but like then like people weren't really like talking about Lunchbox when that happened, I feel like. But maybe it's just because like I wasn't tapped in at that time. Like I think at that time I was still listening to like Brockhampton when they still existed.
mhm.
I don't know if they still exist. Dude, I can't tell if they're broken up or not anymore. I feel like every other time they're like, we're breaking up, but then they keep existing.
Even when
I
they
feel
did
like
their breakup album, they dropped another album right after, like the week
exactly.
later.
Yeah. I feel like Brockhampton is like the cockroach that will survive the apocalypse. Like I feel like they're gonna be broken up. They're gonna break up again and then release like another album or something. And I'm gonna be like, oh, interesting. I have a shirt with your face on it. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's like crazy to me that like Kevin it's crazy to me that like Kevin Abstract is like collaborating with like Quadeca and like
Hmm.
shit now. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm glad he has though, because all of the stuff I've heard from them has like been really good.
Yeah, yeah, it's been like all right, all things considered. Like it's been decent, yeah.
I think what's crazier to me is it's the song with Kevin Abstract and Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Quadeca's the producer, but also DevStacks, the like Regalia guy, also
Wait,
produced
yeah,
that.
that's true.
Which is just like
Yeah.
really weird. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, there's so many like weird crossover moments, like when Jane did the Tinashe remix. That was iconic.
Also, like I know Jam produced like an old like Xavier So bass song also
Wait, yeah, yeah, that's
for
true.
Nowhere.
Yeah. I hope they like collaborate again. I feel like that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean I don't know.
Let me let me make some phone calls.
No, I saw her with Peggy like last weekend. So that was also crazy, just because like
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah.
I don't know, we're all interconnected in our own little ways.
Yeah, exactly. Like I hope like I still haven't like seen like I've never really like been to like a show, like like a real like show for someone who I actively listen to because obviously like not many people come to
Yeah.
Newfoundland because like it's like first of all like Canada, like when people come out to Canada to do like shows, it's Toronto, maybe Vancouver, maybe Montreal, nowhere else. So like, but then since like I'm on an island, it's weird. But like, there's actually like a pretty all right like indie scene here, all things considered. So I'm trying to get more involved in that.
Hmm. Speaking of Sonnet 30 though, the lead single on it was called Wish. So
Yeah.
if a genie suddenly appeared, right, and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you not one, not two, but three wishes," what would you wish for?
I think I'd ask to be better at cooking, honestly. Like, I know that's something I can just learn myself, but at the same time, I don't know. I want to be better at cooking now so I can make like something really good for myself and my friends. Like, I wish I'd learned how to cook better when I grew up. I think my second wish would be for like traveling to be cheaper or like free, like just like free traveling,
Hmm.
honestly. Free traveling that doesn't put a shitload of CO2 into the air because I haven't been outside of Newfoundland in like 5 years. It's kind of insane.
Hmm.
Like, yeah. I'm trying to get out next summer though. So
Where do you want to
yeah.
go?
And I think um I think I'm trying to hit Nova Scotia. I want to head down to Boston because that's where like my best friend lives.
Hmm.
But also Chicago. A bunch of my friends live in Chicago. Like Chicago is like oomph city, low key. But yeah. And then my third wish, like infinite like strength. I feel like I always or like not like strength, maybe like infinite strength or infinite energy. Not
Hmm.
like not like never having to sleep, but like just like if I want to do something, I can just like go do it. Like I'm not like, oh, I don't want to get out of
Yeah.
bed or I don't want to like none of that shit. Like I want more energy. Like I don't know. Like my fatigue got like really bad during COVID and like I'm a bit better now. It's just like I don't know. I think I just need to like take better care of it. better care of myself. I need to go for like more walks and stuff. But yeah, those are my three wishes: cheap travel, good cooking, and energy. They're like kind of specific, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, it's a question I asked you, so I'd expect them to be answers that you would make. That yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, no, I want 1 million guns all to myself.
all for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you have like a big wall behind you?
No, I was just like leave them on the floor.
Oh,
You know in like Gmod where you just like spawn a bunch of stuff and it just drops on the
hmm.
floor. Like I just want that. Like just like a pile of guns and like on my living room
And
floor.
your roommates can't have them either.
Yeah, no, they're like fenced off. They're like, this is Braden's property.
Oh, they have to like step over it when they're like walking through.
Yeah, exactly. They have to like swim through like the pile of guns.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel you with the cooking one though. Like this past summer, me and my friend, because we both can't cook either. We would meet up
Mm,
at their house every weekend and like try to
yeah.
make something. So I feel
Mm,
like a little better about my cooking
yeah.
abilities now, but I'm gonna be in an
Yeah,
apartment next year, so I need to get on that.
it's like a whole process. And plus like I have like pretty bad tremors sometimes, so that makes things kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Not as bad as some people's tremors, but like enough where it's like, oh my God, I need to crack this egg, but like I like slip up and then I like get eggshell all in my shit. And then I have to like pluck it. It's like a whole
Yeah, no, we had that problem a lot
I,
too. We'd have to like
yeah.
we have to double team. Like one of us would have like a spoon, the other one would get like a napkin and try to like scoop it
Oh
out
my
like that.
God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like we're learning though. We're getting there. I made myself like some pretty good noodles just now. I had like sesame oil and like some vegetables in there. It was nice.
Hmm. I think our biggest failure had to have been chocolate chip cookies because we were trying to have like a sweet finish before we both off to like our separate colleges.
Oh yeah.
And we handmade like everything. It was going great. And then when it got to putting it in the oven, we put it in there for 10 minutes, and then the
Hmm.
cookies didn't get any flatter like they stayed in their like ball
Oh
formation. So we were like, okay,
yeah.
let's put it in for another 10 minutes, and that was probably not the best idea because when we took it out, I tried putting my finger like down on it to push it in, and it pushed in a little bit, but then I flipped it over, and it was like charred black
Oh
on the
my
back.
God. Dude, no. So like did you forget like I try to think of like what you forgot.
I think the thing was that we didn't know that like their mom told us this afterwards, but like cookies will like bake after they're out of the oven for a bit too.
Oh yeah, like carryover, yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't know that. So us putting in there for even longer just made it get super hard. Like I was banging against the table, wouldn't even like crack.
Yeah, you just made like weapons. Like you could have hurt someone with those cookies.
Like we basically made like a bunch of rocks with chocolate
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. Have you seen that like one like Chinese recipe where it's just like ice and then you put spices on it?
I know people eat ice cubes, so there's definitely people that actually we eat that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's like a whole like in joke on like Chinese Instagram where they just like new recipe, ice and it's just ice soup. Like it's literally like the ice soup image.
Wait, are you on
I was
Chinese
like,
Instagram then?
I'm not, but honestly I should. I've been saying Xiao Hong Shu a lot because of like a stupid dollar bill. I've been thinking about Chinese Instagram.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, something that I've been thinking about. So in all these interviews I do, there's a special segment where I play rock paper scissors with the guests that I have on.
Yeah.
And in the last episode, I beat Bloodslide, so I'm now currently on my. This is tied for my longest winning streak ever. I've beaten four people
Yeah.
in a row. So
Mhm.
you can either put a stop to my streak or continue and make it the longest one ever. And I know you
Mm.
don't have your camera on, so what you could do is we can like do with like emojis. You can tell me like when your move is ready, and then like
Yeah.
press enter,
We
and we
could
do it that way.
true, yeah, or we could like say it out loud. I feel like that would sound really funny with the latency,
I
but
mean,
like,
we can try it for the first one and just see how it goes.
yeah, it'd be funny.
Okay,
Okay, okay. Three,
two, one,
rock, paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors,
paper.
paper. Okay.
Quotes and paper.
Okay.
Okay, there. Okay,
Uh,
that like worked well enough.
okay. You said okay. Uh,
Okay,
rock,
rock, paper,
paper, scissors,
scissors,
scissors.
rock.
Okay, so you beat me for
Ooh,
that first one.
nice.
That's 2 out of 3,
Okay,
so it's not over yet.
yeah, 2 out of 3. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Okay, rock,
rock, paper,
rock, paper,
scissors,
scissors,
rock.
paper.
No!
Ooh, let's go! Let's go!
All right. Well,
We win these.
so you've ended my 4-person winning streak.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
so
just
sorry.
that was just 1, 2. That's it,
Yeah.
which not a lot of people are capable of. And also, there's been a very small number of people that have actually won in these. Like this is the
Ooh.
29th one that I've done, and like 60% of the people have lost. So you're in a very, very special club.
Yeah. Yeah. They call me the Newfoundland Grim Reaper. No one knows how many lives have been lost due to my rock, paper, scissors skills. It's a secret.
I mean, you said there's like 3,000 people in your hometown. Like people aren't even gonna know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a secret.
I know when I was playing Skyrim for the first time, I didn't know that when you killed the NPCs, they would like be dead forever. And I killed like everyone in Riverwood.
Oh my God. Oh, that's evil,
Like
dude.
it was just the kids and the dogs. That was it.
I mean, I get that too. When I play like Animal Crossing, I always like put like the villagers like I like dig holes around them so they're trapped. And then like they get really angry at me,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's okay because then I just give them a bunch of like apples or peaches or something.
So you start love bombing them basically.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing like Animal Crossing manipulation.
Uh, I would do that with. Well, I wouldn't love bomb her because I hated her. But I had Rhonda in my New Horizons village, and
Yeah.
I hated her, and she would not leave.
Oh my God. Dude, like I had Keaton in my first village, like the show parrot, and like he left and I was like devastated. Like bro, he was like the chillest guy ever. Like I hope he's doing good wherever whatever village he moved to. I hope he's doing well.
Hmm. No, I thought the whole like trading villagers thing was so like silly because
Right?
people
Dude,
would
they
pay
had Raymond
real
in
real money for
boxes.
that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like for like Raymond or like who was like the sleepy cat?
Punchy?
Or no, I'm thinking he's like purple. He has like yellow eyes.
Oh, Bob,
Yes, yes, yes.
Bob. Yeah, love Bob. Yeah, dude, like when people like they're like, I don't want this villager. They're ugly. That's like so mean. Like, I mean, there's like a few. Like there's like 2 or 3 where like the design is like questionable. Like, what's like the one where like he has like God, I forget. There's like this one that's like that like creeps me out. I don't like him.
Hmm.
But the rest of them they're good. The rest of them they're not ugly.
Yeah, I was really into New Horizons when it came out because I had like literally nothing better to do. And then by
Yeah.
June, I ran out of stuff to do because I'd like fully like
Yeah.
leveled up my island and whatever. So I just stopped
Yeah.
playing after that.
Yeah, like I never played New Horizons, but like I've heard that like the amount of stuff that like they put in there is it was like such a downgrade from like New Leaf. Like New Leaf is still like peak, I feel.
Hmm.
Because like I forget if they like took down like the like multiplayer service for the 3DS or not.
I don't think so.
Ooh, okay. That's good to know. Because I mean like my 3DS is jailbroken anyways, but like I think it would be nice to just like go to someone else's island,
Hmm.
travel a bit.
Just to see what's up.
Yeah, exactly. I miss the like whole like dream, like the dream thing you could like dream into someone else's place.
Was that how it worked in New Leaf?
That's like one of the ways it worked. You could either like join someone else's village and like play actively with them, or you could like upload your village to like the dream realm or some shit, and then people could just like visit it in their dreams. Like, yeah, it was like really weird, but like that I remember like having a lot of fun with that and like joining people's like dream villages or something.
Hmm. Yeah, you have to. Oh, it sucks so bad on New Horizons. You would have to like take a plane to fly in, but everyone's
Ooh.
lobby would stop when you try to fly in. It showed like a cutscene every time.
That is so weird.
So
Nintendo loves to be like overly complicated. Like,
yeah, I
bro.
don't think they've ever had a good online service or anything that's not like super buggy or like laggy.
Yeah, it's always been like a little bit scuffed.
Hmm.
And you have to pay for it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I missed when it was free on the Switch for the first like year, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, exactly. I still don't have a Switch, but I still do have my 3DS. I'm playing a Link Between Worlds, I
That's a good
think.
one,
Yeah, yeah, it's peak.
as they say.
Yes.
And you know what people have been saying recently? Well, nobody's been saying this, but I've been thinking it. While your work typically is very soft and relaxing, listeners have had a chance to see a different, more energetic and up-tempo side of your work. From like yourself with Twerk Nation 28, your song Big Brother with
Yeah.
Tropes, and then Karen Fan
Hmm.
with Sophitia. I don't know how you say it.
Yes. Yeah, Sophisha, I
So
think.
Sophitia. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself going in this more like energetic direction in the future, or like exploring it more?
Well, yes. I have been like working on like my next few projects. They might be like in a different form by the time they're out, but so I don't want to like give away too much and like let people down.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been working on my like next like big era, I guess. And I have been like working a bit more like the like more like fast drums. I've been like sending more beats out. Like I've been like I do have like another one coming out with tropes soon.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I do want to like explore like the drum side of my stuff more because I don't know if this is like the same for other people, but sometimes I like only like do drums really good or I can only do melodies really good. It's like my like even though like both are like pretty important to my music, like I have like certain times where like I can only focus on like sequencing like chopping breaks or something
Mm-hmm.
or like doing chords. But I think for my next thing, I do want to like get a bit more like energetic, but also like up tempo ambient is something that I want to explore a bit more, you know? Like just like stuff with no drums that still has like this kind of like energy to it. Like are you familiar with Lorenzo Seni?
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, so basically like his whole thing is this thing called like pointillistic trance, where it's like it's trance with no drums, kind of like similar to like what Chimera does, but with a bit less like bubblegum bass influence.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like super intense, super soul stabs, and like the thing is like the way that he like arranges his melodies is so like percussive that like sometimes you don't even realize that there's no kicks or snares or anything in the mix. So like that's something I want to like try a bit more because I think I was kind of trying to channel that a bit with my song Saracenia, which is like the first time I really went in that direction. Like just like ambient music with like a lot of notes and like energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like something that's like lively but also like kind of airy, you know? Like I would use the word weightless for it, but that's also like already its own genre.
Yeah.
So, love weightless though.
Yeah. I forget what the album is called, but there's an artist called like Yakui I really like that does that kind of stuff.
Yakimi.
No, it's Yakui.
Oh, sorry. Keep getting me. No, okay, I'll check them out.
Wait, did you say
Okay, wait, I
Gekumi?
actually
Like X's kid? Is that what you said?
yeah. No, you can cut that out.
No, that's staying in. That's staying in.
Yeah, no, okay. I actually had this album saved to listen to later, so I will check this out. Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to like listen to more like glitch stuff anyways. I've been listening to let me go through my music B. Like I've been listening to Snow Effect a lot, if you know them. Japanese glitch artist. Like I don't know, I want to like get more into like the really like really intricate like micro sequencing
Hmm.
because like I don't know, I feel like past a certain point like really like fast drums, like really fast like micro sounds,
Hmm.
they almost like they don't become harsh anymore, they just kind of like become another like atmospheric element, like even though like I think of Venice by Fenez a lot, where like there's a lot of like distortion and like glitching and chopping around, like a lot of like very like typically abrasive sound palettes on go, but like the way it's all arranged, it's like very comforting. Like I don't know, it's like one of my favorite like kind of. It's like an album I go to a lot when I think of like texture in ambient music.
Hmm.
You know.
More on something that's part of your music. So I think nature is a big part of your aesthetic,
Yeah.
such as your song titles like Saracenia, like you said before, and
Yeah.
Cornale or Cornale. I'm not sure how you say it, but those are both plants.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
Instagram also just features so many beautiful pictures of the outdoors, right? So
Yeah.
as a fellow
Mm.
nature lover myself, I'm very curious of what you'll have over there in Newfoundland. So are there any like spots there you'd like to put us viewers onto?
Yes. So, I'm on the West Coast right now, and over on the West Coast, there's like a national park called Gross Mourne, and like the terrain of this national park is like nowhere else on the island. Like it's so far separated from everything else. There's a lot of like volcanic rock. There's really beautiful mountains and fjords. I haven't had a chance to like see all of it yet, but like it's very pretty. It's such a lovely spot. If you're ever in Newfoundland, like give it a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And then also just like around like the northern central shore of Newfoundland, there's like really pretty coastlines. Like I spent a lot of time there over the summer because like it's just really relaxing, like going to like the rocky shore, just sitting on a rock. And like it's not necessarily like a beach. It's more so just like almost like a cliff, you know, like very like hard to traverse, but it's like very peaceful. And then like you have all this like rocky terrain, but then like combined with the rocky terrain, there's also like these very like beautiful like wetlands and bogs and peats, marsh. Like it's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd say like I associate Newfoundland for the most part. Like even though there's a lot of like boreal forests, I've mostly associated with its wetlands because like where I come from, that's most of the terrain. Like it's a lot of moss, a lot of like peat, very, very muddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like and even then like if you just like drive along the highway like sure like you drive through the forest a lot but then like there's just strips of like completely flat land like you can just see like the horizon for like miles and miles and it's just like these really like rich yellows and like crimsons and like deep greens. It's such like a nice environment and I feel like I don't know, I feel like lately people have like kind of opened up to like appreciating wetlands a bit more. Like, I don't know, I still feel like wetlands are a bit underappreciated, especially in Newfoundland, you know? Like there's a lot of like efforts to conserve them, but I don't know, I feel like forests get all the love, but like where's the love for like our marshes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out marshes. Shout out the moss, shout out the lichen, shout out shout out I think there's like a moss called like the old man's beard or something where it just like it's very like it just looks like hair. It's like very like it feels really good to touch. Like that's another thing about like wetlands. Like it's very like tactile. I really like just like you walk on like rocks with like all the lichens on it and they like crush under your foot. And it's just it makes this like really nice, satisfying sound. If they're
Mm-hmm.
dry. When it's wet, it's just like normal, but when they're like dried out, it's like really satisfying to walk on.
Yeah. I love a
Yeah.
lot of the nature that's in like the Northeast in the US because
Yeah.
I'm from
Yeah.
Texas, so we don't really have a lot of super great stuff here. That's one thing I like a lot, but
Yeah.
everything is
Yeah.
just so like green and like soft and like New England.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to New England soon. Like I think especially like Vermont and Maine seem like very close to like the experience I've had in Canada. So I'd probably like feel right at home. But like I just need to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're ever in Austin, Texas, though, there's a park called Peace Park that I go to like all the time.
Yeah.
There's this huge like the best part is there's this huge net structure that's like 10
Hmm.
feet in the air. And you can go lay on it, and then it's like there's like a dome at the top where you can go look like at the sky.
Oh.
And I'll
Oh
go
yeah, I'm
there
looking
like
at it
three
now.
times a week and just like chill out for an hour.
Yeah. Um I'm looking it up now and I'm a big fan of this like weird guy sculpture.
Oh,
I'm assuming
Malin,
you know
I
what I
love
talk.
Malin.
Yeah, he's so chill. I fuck with him. Yeah. This like weird big man.
Yeah, no, there's and that artist builds trolls like that like all over the world,
It's sick.
and
Yeah.
he just put that one in like in March of this year. So
Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's like some I have like a good few friends in like Austin and that area. I should head down at some point. I'm just scared of like burning to death.
it
But
actually hasn't been that bad. recently. It's been in like the mid
Ooh,
80s. I don't know
that's
how that
good.
is for Celsius, but
Yeah. Okay, wait, mid 80s. Hold on. I'm so at this point I should probably just learn how to convert it in my head, but like I
or
just keep
maybe I
forgetting
should
it.
learn. Like I'm the
Yeah,
ignorant one here
people
because no one else uses Fahrenheit.
yeah, people need to start accommodating to my metric system, please. But yeah, 26 Celsius, that's like as hot as it really gets normally here. So like yeah, that's like doable. I'd be really sweaty, but like I can deal with it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And plus there's like when it's really warm out, it can either be like really warm and humid or like really warm and dry. Humidity is what I cannot deal with. Like I it's so humid like where I live right now and it's like driving me insane. Like I cannot put up with this anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, no, in my hometown, it's really bad with the humidity there because it's both hot and humid, so you just sweat like instantly.
Yeah, yeah, and like the air just like feels all sticky and like you never feel clean. It's
Yeah.
I hate it. Yeah.
Plus, it sucks that like all I really do at home with my friends is just go on walks. So during the summer, it's
Yeah.
just like we go outside, we sweat for an hour, and then we have to like run to my car to like turn on the AC at full blast to like cool down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, and you kind of touched on this a little bit before, but you recently released your new song "Rem" with Poem, and on the Instagram announcement, you said you've been working on a bunch of different bodies of work. So, what should
Yeah.
listeners expect from you going forward?
Yeah. So, like, as of right now, I'm trying to plan. I'm, I'm trying to plan two albums and an EP, and I'm working on that like all concurrently. One of the albums is a trance album I've been working on since 2020, and the other one I started in 2022, 2023, I want to say, and that one is more like kind of like what people expect out of the BPIV project, I'd
Hmm.
say. And the EP, I'm trying to do like a cloud rap kind of EP because like I feel like I've dabbled in like production before, but I feel like I could like expand on it a bit more, you know? Like I have a
Hmm.
few cool ideas that I want to execute, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to two albums, one EP, maybe something else, but I'm still gonna try and like get some singles out. But like the whole like releasing music is a whole other thing than making it. So yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what I want to do. That's the goal.
Hmm. We're very excited for that going forward.
Yeah.
And as the episode comes to a close, is there anything you'd like to
Hmm.
give a shout out to?
Anyone?
Anyone? Anything?
I want to shout out my friend Cooper. I want to shout out my friend Ash. I want to shout out Eve. I want to shout out Babs. I want to shout out Mason, Taylor. I want to shout out Cassie. I want to shout out Weaver and Lance and Stella. And I think I already said Eve. Whatever. I want to shout out Poem as well. We have more stuff in the works. It's gonna be fun.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I'm thinking now. Shout out Alex. Shout out Tropes. Shout out Eli. Shout out to Moss Garden. Shout out to like my university friends. They know who they are. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to CC Natalie. If you haven't listened to her new album, it's so good. Like some of the like she's up next, genuinely. She has to
Okay.
be up next. If CC Natalie doesn't blow up, I'm gonna get like so angry. I'm gonna throw rocks everywhere with my paws. But yeah, and then just like shout out to me and you too. Shout out to Dollhaven. Shout out to the User Collective. Shout out
Hmm.
to Twerk Nation. Shout out to Earthium. Shout out to DJ Troopers. Shout out to Imaginary Online. Shout out to I wasn't expecting to go on for this long, but like I don't really care. I don't know. I just I feel like I know like a lot of people and I feel bad if I like leave someone out. So just like shout out to like anyone I've met since 2017, really.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's when like I started really like being online.
Yeah.
So, you know,
All right. Well, shout out all those people. And of course,
yeah.
shout out
Yes.
BPIV. Thank you so much for coming on today. This is really fun to
Hey,
do. Definitely one of my favorite
yeah.
interviews that I've done in a minute.
Oh,
So
thanks.
All those links will be in the description down below if you'd like to check out his music. Unless you already listened to him, and in that case, go do it more. Come on, guys. What are we doing
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, exactly.
And is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think of like something funny to say, but I can't think of anything funny. Wait, hold on. Actually, I have important news. I
Okay.
think, okay, wait, I need to translate this tweet. I don't know what country this is, but one country in Europe just put a manul on their dollar bill, and I really like it.
Oh, that's so
Right?
chill.
Even though it's like a $0 bill, I like it.
Well, Helsinki's in Finland, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so Finland knows what's up then.
yeah, exactly. Shout out Finland.
That's from your last shout out. All right.
Yeah, shout out.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm Amu. This has been the Hidden Driveway Show. Goodbye.
yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah.